Welcome to HCTR Carson. If you're new here, I usually cover Washington Commanders content, NFL content, but I'm covering some NBA today. Really, it's the only other sport I have any business talking about, maybe besides college football. But I love predicting things, and I'm going to predict the 2022 NBA playoffs. And just a side note, I think the play-in tournament is stupid. If you can't be top eight in your conference after 82 games, you don't deserve to make the playoffs. Okay, but I know why the NBA does it. It's for more revenue. But it's come on, you know, Minnesota is 7 games ahead of 7 games ahead of the eighth seed, and they have a chance to lose and not make the playoffs. That's ridiculous. But it is what it is, and it's more games to predict. So I guess I'll do it. Okay, so I not knock out these play-in games here. Starting in the East, Cleveland, Nets. Brooklyn's gonna win that game. Brooklyn is gonna win that game. They just beat the Cavs like a week ago, maybe less than that, maybe like 3-4 days ago. They're gonna take care of business against Cleveland. I don't see Cleveland winning that game. I think Brooklyn's gonna win that game. I'll move them down to the 7th spot right here. And I think Atlanta's going to beat Charlotte. Even though I'm not sure about the injury situation. I don't know if John Collins will come back or not. I don't know if he already is back. I think they'll take care of business against Charlotte, though. I don't see the Hornets pulling that off. They could, though. I don't think it's going to happen. So, Cleveland would be the home team, I think, in this situation. I have them switch around, but they're going to have the advantage in size in this matchup. But I think, Trae Young's a bad man. Trae Young is built for these clutch moments. I think this is going to be a close game to determine the eighth seed, but I think the Hawks are going to win just because of Trae Young. And he's going to come up clutch. That's what he does. He's built for moments like this. I think the Cavs are just a year away from making the playoffs. I think they've overachieved. I just don't think they're quite ready. They've had a really bad month of basketball. So they're going to be eliminated. Western Conference. Minnesota, Los Angeles. I'm going to go the Clips. I think the Clips are going to go into Minnesota and steal this game here. I don't know, they probably won, I don't know, their last 10 games when Paul George has come back. I know they upset the Suns. I know, they've been playing pretty well. And getting Paul George back, that's going to give them a little kick here. I think they're going to steal this one. So they're gonna grab the 7th spot right there. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Go San Antonio, Greg Popovich. I honestly do not know who's going to win that game against New Orleans, and I'll just give the edge to DeJounte Murray and Pop there. But I really do not care, nor do I know who's going to win the game. I do think Minnesota is going to take care of business against San Antonio here. They will be at home in this matchup against San Antonio. They've had too good a year to blow this, so I really hope they prove me right in this situation. I have a buddy who's a T-Wolves fan, and he thinks that they can win a first-round match. They better make the playoffs. Come on. Don't have him prove me wrong, man. You know who I'm talking about. If you're watching this, so you know who you are. Okay. So the first round is set. All the matchups. Let's knock out the East. Okay, so Hawks and Heat. Miami Heat are going to win the series. I don't think the Hawks have the firepower and the horsepower to keep up with a solid team. Heat have been solid all year. I'm going to go with Miami in this in 6 games. I'll give them 6. I'll give the Hawks 2 games. It might not even be that, though. It might even be 5. I'll give them 6. Not that it really matters. So I'm not writing the games down. Okay. Heat advance. Philly, Toronto. It was interesting because I was watching a ESPN video, First Take, and Tim Legler was on there, and he was talking about how he thinks that the Raptors have a great chance of pulling the upset here. I don't see it happening. The Raptors are a good team, but I mean, I want trust me, I want the Raptors to beat Philly. I hate the Sixers. I don't like Doc Rivers. He's annoying. Um, Harden's annoying. But I just think they're gonna have enough to get it done with Embiid and Maxi and their team. They're the better team. Okay, let's just not get twisted here. Philly's the better team. They're gonna win in 6 games. Milwaukee, Chicago. Bucks are gonna win in 5. They're clearly the better team. I think they've swept the Bulls this year. If I had it remember correctly. The Bulls aren't ready yet. They need to be humbled. Okay. Milwaukee's gonna win the series easily. It's gonna be a sweep. I'll give the Bulls one. Boston, Brooklyn. I'm gonna have a mini rant about Brooklyn Nets. I cannot stand the Nets. I can't stand Kyrie. Not the player. He's a tremendous player, but the whole vaccine thing and being part time and the whole James Harden and trading for Ben Simmons, who's probably not even going to play at all, and if he will, it'll be a couple series in. I don't think they're going to get past this series against Boston, but it's karma. It's karma. Okay, the Nets. It was an epic fail for the Nets this season. Epic fail. Epic fail for the Nets. They're going to go out in the first round. I think it'll go 7 games. Even with no Robert Williams, I think Boston gets it done. They've been playing great basketball lately. Epic failure for the Nets. Total failure. I think there's a lot of turmoil. That's a mess. They're a mess. Steve Nash is a clown. So they're a mess. Brooklyn Nets are a mess, and karma's gonna bite them in the butt. So Phoenix, going to the West. Sorry, Phoenix and Minnesota. Yeah, I have the Suns in that. Suns in 5. Suns in 4. Suns in 4. I think they'll sweep. This will be one of maybe only a few sweeps I see in this first round. Okay, Mavericks, Jazz. I know Luka Doncic got injured in his last game, but they're bound to win a playoff series. Okay, they're bound to win a playoff series. Luka's bound to win a playoff series, man. He's bound to win at least one playoff series. Come on, God damn it, Mavericks! You got to win one for Luka, man. He deserves to win a playoff series. And the Jazz are always a solid team every year, but they just seem like a regular season team that can't get it done in the playoffs. They're like the Baltimore Ravens of the NBA. They're a solid, well-run organization. Great respect for the Utah Jazz. They just cannot get done in the playoffs. Golden State, Denver. This is my upset. I think Denver's going to win the series. Now, obviously, if Golden State's clicking on all cylinders, they're going to easily beat Denver. They're probably the better team because Jamal Murray is not coming back. And if he is, shame on me because I don't think he's coming back. Am I living under a rock, guys? I don't know about Jamal Murray. I know Kawhi Leonard's not coming back. Ben Simmons probably not. It's hazy. It's it's just like with Leonard. I don't think Leonard's coming back. He can't even get past 1-on-1 drills. Barely get past that, but yeah, man. I don't know, but I still think Denver's gonna upset Golden State and Jokic is gonna prove he can win the playoffs. And I know he has. I know they got to the conference finals a few years ago, but he's gonna prove he can carry this team. And I think he's gonna win MVP. And I'm not sure who can stop him. I don't know. I know they have Wiseman and all, but I don't know. Just it's a gut feeling. I can definitely see. Definitely see me being wrong here, but that's my upset pick. I don't think this is going all chalk here. Okay, Grizzlies, Clippers. I'm gonna have no, not the Clippers. The Grizzlies gonna advance in this series. They're gonna beat the Clippers. They're not gonna. I don't see it. They're gonna win in 6 games, 5 games. Semifinals are set. Let's go back to the East. Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers. Excuse me. This is where I end the 76ers hype train. I originally thought that the 76ers were going to make the Eastern Conference Finals without a doubt. But they've been kind of struggling. I know James Harden has been struggling lately. I don't think Doc Rivers. I mean, he's in over his head with this whole thing. Was last year with Ben Simmons. He might be this year with James Harden. Yeah, and I think we're sleeping on the Heat a little bit. The Heat are a solid team. I'm gonna have them winning the series in 7 games. I really do. I think people are sleeping on this Miami Heat team now. They need a true number 1 elite superstar because Jimmy Butler cannot be your best player on a championship team. Sorry, but I just think Philly is just a mess. But I could easily see Philly winning that series, but I think Miami will get it done. Bucks, Celtics. I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is he's a bad man, and I know they might get Robert Williams back at this point potentially if this was a real playoff series. I just think Lopez and Portis and they have the horses to take care of business against the Boston Celtics team. I know Boston's probably the hotter team, but I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Bucks. 7 games. Okay. Move to the West now. Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks. I'm gonna go with the Suns. This could be a really entertaining playoff series. This is probably the potential playoff series I'm looking forward to the most. Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges. I'm really excited for this hypothetical playoff series. I think the Suns are going to get it done, though. They're going to get it done in 5 games, too. I just... The more dominant team, the deeper team. Because I just feel like it's Luka and, Finney Smith. And it's Luka and it's Junior. What's his face? God damn it. Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. It's always some. I mean, they need a little bit more. They're not going to beat Phoenix. Okay. Memphis, Denver. I can see Denver potentially winning the series because no Jokic and I don't know how this matches up, but Memphis they've been so dominant even without John Morant. They're going to win the series. They have home court advantage. They're going to win the series in 6 games here. When I think Phoenix wins in 5, I don't know if I said that already, but Phoenix in 5, Memphis in 6. Okay. Move back to the East. Heat Bucks, Eastern Conference Finals, rematch of last year's first round and 2 years ago in the bubble. I'm going to tell you right now. Now, I don't need to say this because last year the Bucks swept the Heat, but this is a much different team than the 2020 bubble season, where literally they did not let Giannis go in the lane. Well, I'm sorry, but Giannis has expanded his game. This is a different Bucks team altogether than that series 2 years ago. They're going to take care of the Heat. The Heat are just, again, the Jimmy Butler can't be your best player. Milwaukee Bucks are the better team. I'm not sure what their regular season record against the Heat was. I'm pretty sure. I know they blew them out. Heat blew them out at one point, but Milwaukee's going to win the series. They're going to win in 6 games. Bucks in 6. You know how they say. Milwaukee will get back to the NBA Finals. Also will Phoenix. Okay. Grizzlies just aren't ready. They're kind of like the Buffalo Bills of the NBA. They're going to get to the finals in a few years, but they're going to have to get to the conference finals first, and maybe even next year before they, get past the big dogs. They're dogs. The Memphis Grizzlies are a good team, but they're not the top dogs. Like, they're not dogs. There's dogs, and then there's like dog. You know what I'm saying. Bucks Suns rematch. And we'll say this here first. Usually, I feel like we think about teams like the Toronto Raptors. They totally blown up. Kawhi left, and we think about the Lakers and just how they fell off a year after they won the bubble. But these teams have remained healthy. They've retained their depth. They've both probably gotten better. And the season, even though the season ended a month later than normally, they're both the best teams in basketball. I'm sorry, guys. The Milwaukee Bucks are the best team in the East, and obviously Phoenix is the best team in the West. This is, I think it's gonna be a rematch. I really do, with a different result. Okay, this is Phoenix's year. They're destined to win. They're the hungrier team. They're gonna make enough adjustments to get it done. I can easily see Milwaukee repeating. I just think it's the Suns here. Okay, guys, I really do. Why can't I copy that? Oh, there we go. Suns in 7 games. They're gonna have home court advantage. It's so hard to beat a team 2 years in a row, and you give home court advantage to the Suns in a set for a second year in a row. But the Milwaukee Bucks, man, they could. They really could. I think both these teams are going to really cruise, honestly. I mean, and really, okay, for all of you people who were complaining, I know there's people on Twitter, oh, Bucks and Suns, such a boring NBA Finals, blah, blah, blah. Blame the Brooklyn Nets and LA Lakers, man. Blame those two teams for falling flat on their faces. If you wanted to avoid another Bucks Suns rematch, blame the Nets and the Lakers for being dysfunctional messes. Okay, karma bites you in the ass. It's going to bite Brooklyn in the ass here in the first round, and it bit the Lakers. Okay, you don't get to be lay GM and mess with that. No, like it's karma. Okay, you had your championship in the bubble. You have aging veterans, horrible defensive team. It's gonna bite you in the ass. Okay, Brooklyn. You don't get to have your second best player just be part time and then have everything come together in the playoffs. Trade away a disgruntled. No, no, no. Karma. Okay? Karma. Bucks Suns. It's gonna happen. And people are gonna complain. I do not care. I'm gonna love it. I loved it last year. I'm gonna love it this year. And my finals MVP is Chris Paul with a dark horse in Mikal Bridges. I like Mikal Bridges. I think he has a chance of winning finals MVP. Obviously D Book would be my third choice, but I think Chris Paul is gonna really, and I'll be happy for him. I think he is an annoying ass player. I think he's an asshole on the court. Okay, he's an ass on the court. Very annoying player to watch. But he deserves a ring. Okay, and they're gonna get it done. So that's my NBA Finals bracket right there. Um, Comment what you think is gonna happen in the comment section. If this is a trash bracket, let me know. Um, Otherwise, if you're a Commanders fan, I'll have a video after the draft. I know I said it was going to be before the draft in the Dwayne Haskins video, but it'll be after. It'll be after. I'm going to recap both free agency and the draft in one video. So, this is it. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Peace